Ollie, I've had to do a bit of a script rewrite because Cam Norrie is now 2-1 up against Nicolas Jarry. Went into a tiebreak in that third set, and I was pretty confident that the match was going to be over. But Nicolas Jarry, who's come through qualifying, so this is his 7th match at the Championships, has other ideas and is upping his game as well. So we are into we're into the full set, and it's on serve. Norrie will come out serve 1-2. Just a note about the match earlier. Sonny Cartel beaten 7-6, 6-4 by 34-year-old Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. The line calls didn't work. The electronic calling system failed, and we're hearing that it's been blamed on human error. Apparently the club has issued a statement saying due to operator error the system was deactivated on the point in question.
Wow, that's absolutely crazy. Oh, VAR ruins everything, doesn't it, Pards? That's the problem.
Well, the problem you have at Wimbledon, obviously we've had those line judges who've always had actually quite a character to themselves. They added something to the tournament because obviously you had different personalities, different shouts. It used to make the crowd laugh, etc. Now we've got this automated kind of system. And like VAR, it feels a little bit impersonal. And, you know, there's been a few calls. I watched the Emma game, which was a riveting game against Linker. It was an absolute classic game. And there were some calls in that, you know, you're like, you're thinking,
Well, a bit questionable.
Definitely. And obviously, even the players are questioning them. A bit like VAR. We're sort of saying, you know, is it exact? Is it exact? Is it exact? We don't know.
Yeah. Well dressed as well, those line judges, weren't they? Really well dressed.
Well,
probably the best dressed referees in sport, I would say.
Well, they were sponsored by a certain American company, which we won't name. But if there is a discount there, I will name the company straight away.
If they do you a deal, you'll bring up their name. All right.
Exactly.
03717222344. We're chatting about Viktor Gyökeres, who could be on his way to Arsenal, Manchester United.
Well, hold on. I want to go back to the cricket. Right.
All right, go on.
Because we lost cricket. You're a cricket fan, right?
Yeah.
I can't understand. I've watched cricket. I've not been a great fan of cricket, but I admire the sport, and I've met a lot of cricketers, as you can imagine. Mm-hmm. Alex Stewart, big pal of mine, etc. Mickey Stewart, even his father. Where are all these runs coming from? Like, it used to be, you know, if a good test score would be like 320, 350, wouldn't it? You'd be quite comfortable that you'd got yourself in a good position. Now it's like 600. What is going on?
Yeah, I mean, this is as well. This is Bazball as well, Pod. So basically, England now will tee off if you want, if they're chasing down a big score.
But if they're starting? They're still going to do that, right?
Yeah. So this England team have a policy of they don't draw games. So sometimes you'd have, you know, obviously test teams in the past who would be like, do you know what, let's sit this out, let's do a Jeff Bowl cut.
I get that, but India are getting 500 and 600.
Yeah, it's a nice pitch to bat on though.
Not bad. So is this going to continue the whole summer, you think?
I think so, yeah. Okay. I think so. But yeah, it's changing as a sport. It really is, the Test cricket. So at one point, India were getting, you know, something like 6 and over, in which for Test cricket is absolutely crazy. So yeah, so there you go.
There's so where they've kind of, you know, reduced the overrate these particular games, 2020 and all that, or whatever they're called, is now being reflected in the Test series. Right?
Yeah. Because it's a good way to try and win, but it comes with its risks, obviously, because you're going to lose your wickets a bit easier. But England's
but it's now one test each, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the thing. There were questions about it because it's like, should England just go for the draw?
And when does it come to the Oval? I quite like the Oval.
Well, do you know what? Oval, I'm not sure if it's... Lords is next. Lords is next Wednesday, okay. Yeah. I'm going next Sunday.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that'll be lovely. It's a great day up.
Yeah, brilliant. It'll be good stuff. Might have a spare ticket.
You know, I'm always here, available.
Yeah. Oh, lovely stuff. All right, anyway. 03717223344. Viktor Gyökeres could be on his way to Arsenal. We were also talking about the links of Dominic Calvert-Lewin to Manchester United. Michael is a Man United fan. Michael, how you doing?
Not too bad.
What do you think about this, mate? You've missed out, it looks like, on Gyökeres, and it could be Calvert-Lewin coming in.
Oh no, that's a backwards. Actually backwards. That boy ain't going to score 30 goals this season.
What, Calvert-Lewin? No, I mean, with the injury record as well, Michael, I just can't see it happening.
We've seen what Man United have had injuries. There are a load of injuries under Ten Hag, Amorim.
Yeah. What have you made of the business so far, though? You've got Cunha through the door. Looks like you're going to get Mbermo as well. That must have been a bit encouraging.
A little bit, but still, who's going to go? because we've got a lot of people on high wages. They all need to go.
Yeah,
you know, there's players there does need to go. Rashford needs to go. Garnacho needs to go. Sancho definitely needs to go. Anthony needs to go.
Yeah, the list is basically endless, isn't it?
The goalkeeper as well, he needs to go. I mean, there's a lot of them need to go, but can we get replacements?
Well, the problem you've got, Michael, is now obviously that's been well reported that they're not to report for training on Monday, right? These guys. You are devaluing them to a degree by doing that, because you're almost saying to the buying club, they definitely got to go. So I should suspect there are deals on the table, but, you know, I'm guessing they're going to be well short of the valuation Man United. But in a way, they're kind of straddling themselves with a problem. I actually think of the boys that are available there, Rashford and Garnacho are going to get good clubs for sure, big clubs, and it'll be interesting to see where they go and what the valuation will be.
Yeah, Michael, thanks for your call. 03717 22 33 On Rashford, you say that you still think big clubs will be in for him. He's been linked with Barcelona and Bayern Munich. So you saw enough, do you think, from that loan spell at Villa to say, yeah, that, you know, I'm not that surprised that a club like Barcelona, who have Rafinha on the left at the moment, would be in for Rashford?
I think Rashford has got himself in a situation where he's got the sort of bad tag around him, right, of a player, and Garnacho as well, of a player that's disruptive. Let's put it that way. But that might be because of the scenario that they were in at Man United. That's not necessarily just all down to them as a character. Maybe a new environment, a new set of players might bring out something in them. And let's be honest, they got talent. There's no doubt about that. Now, in Rashford's case, I genuinely feel that he has a unique talent. He has such pace and power, and he can go down either side. That he's an attractive player. And now, as the penny dropped with him, to say, look, you know, that kind of putting your hat on your defensive work, sulking around, that I've experienced with players as well. I've had Ben Arthur, Zaha, both particularly not great defenders in a team unit. Then that's the gamble a new manager has to take with him, to say, well, look, I'm prepared to take you, but you have to understand, you know, what he was doing at Man United wasn't enough. You need to do more. And if you can get him in that mode, and I thought Villa had him in that mode a little bit. There were some good clips of him doing the work, doing the stuff that just maybe, he might have a motivation to prove Man United shouldn't have let him go. And that's his boy club, etc. So, yeah, I think there will be big clubs, but it'll be interesting. I think the fee for those players is definitely under 50 million.
It's got to be, hasn't it? Because they haven't shown anything really over the last couple of seasons.
But they've also put themselves in a terrible... Yeah. If I was technical director at Man United, I'd be pulling my hair out. It's Jason Wilcox or whoever it is. Yeah, I'd be like, what are you doing? Just bring him back to training and pretend that they're with us. Yeah. And then let me work in the background.
Yeah.
That would be a better move.
Yeah.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.